Have you ever wondered about the rich and complex history of Israel? Picture a land steeped in ancient tales, a place where civilizations have risen and fallen for thousands of years. This is the story of Israel, a narrative that begins in the mists of time. The early chapters of Israel's history are etched in the lives and landscapes of the Canaanites and the Hebrews, two ancient peoples who called this territory home. The Canaanites, an advanced Bronze Age civilization, were the earliest known inhabitants, shaping the land with their cities and culture. Then came the Hebrews, a nomadic people who would leave an indelible mark on the world. Central to their tradition is Abraham, a figure revered not only by the Hebrews, but by many cultures around the globe. Considered the father of the Hebrew people, Abraham's story is woven into the very fabric of Israel's history. The narrative then takes us to the tale of Moses, the man who led the Hebrews in their escape from Egypt and their arduous journey through the desert. This epic exodus recorded in the Bible is a cornerstone of Hebrew tradition, a testament to their resilience and faith. From there we move on to the establishment of the kingdoms of Israel and Judah. The land was divided into these two kingdoms, Israel to the north and Judah to the south. Both kingdoms had their share of prosperity and conflicts, their tales echoing with the rise and fall of kings, the clashing of swords, and the whispers of intrigue. They were not isolated, but influenced by the pulsating rhythms of neighboring empires, each leaving their mark on the unfolding story. This was a time of growth and transformation, a period when Israel and Judah carved out their identities amidst the shifting sands of time. Yet, like all great narratives, their stories were punctuated by periods of struggle and triumph, peace and war, loss and recovery. Thus, the stage was set for the next chapter in Israel's history, the era of foreign rule. Israel's history was marked by a series of foreign invasions, beginning with the Assyrians and the Babylonians. Let's dive into this era, starting with the Assyrian conquest. Around 722 years before Christ, the mighty Assyrian Empire descended upon the Kingdom of Israel. The Assyrians were known for their military prowess and their cruel treatment of the conquered. The Kingdom of Israel was no match for the Assyrian force, and the land fell under foreign rule. Many Israelites were deported, effectively ending the northern kingdom of Israel. Next came the Babylonians, who turned their sights on the southern kingdom of Judah. In 586 BC, the Babylonians, under King Nebuchadnezzar, conquered Judah. The first temple, a symbol of Jewish faith and a place of worship, was destroyed in the conquest. This marked a dark period in Israel's history, known as the Babylonian exile, where a significant part of the population was deported to Babylon. But the story doesn't end there. After decades in exile, a glimmer of hope emerged. The Persian king Cyrus the Great, known for his policy of religious tolerance, allowed the Jews to return to their homeland. This event, known as the return from the Babylonian exile, was a pivotal moment in Jewish history. The returnees, fueled by a deep longing for their homeland, embarked on a monumental task: rebuilding the temple. The construction of the Second Temple was not just about bricks and mortar, it represented the revival of Jewish culture and religion, a beacon of hope in a land scarred by conquest and exile. However, the return from exile and the construction of the Second Temple did not signify the end of foreign rule. Israel was yet to face the Persian, Greek, and Roman empires. Each conquest would leave its mark on the land and its people, shaping the course of Israel's history. This tumultuous period in Israel's history was followed by Persian, Greek, and Roman rule. The Roman conquest of Judea marked a turning point in the history of Israel. It was a period filled with tumult and transformation. The Jews, known for their resilience, staged a revolt against the Roman rule. Despite their valiant efforts, the rebellion was suppressed, leading to a catastrophic event that shook the Jewish world: the destruction of the Second Temple in 70 AD. This was not just a physical annihilation, it was a spiritual shock, a breaking point in the Jewish faith and culture. The temple was more than a building, it was the heart of the Jewish religion. But the Jewish story didn't end there. In the aftermath of the Roman defeat, Jews found themselves scattered across the globe, marking the beginning of the Jewish diaspora. This dispersion cultivated a unique Jewish identity, one that thrived in diversity and adversity. The Jewish diaspora marked the beginning of a new era, the Middle Ages, and the rule of the Ottoman Empire. The land of Israel during the Middle Ages experienced a series of political changes. The region was primarily under Arab and Ottoman control, a period marked by significant shifts in power and influence. The Arab rule brought with it a new cultural and religious landscape, with Islam becoming a dominant force. Meanwhile, the Ottoman Empire, ruling from the late 15th century to the early 20th century, brought a sense of order and stability to the region. Jerusalem, the heart of the land of Israel, thrived as a religious and cultural center during these times. Its significance was recognized by all, its sacred sites drawing in people of various faiths. The city's resilience, enduring through countless regime changes, is a testament to its deep-rooted historical and spiritual importance. As the Middle Ages gave way to modern times, the land of Israel was about to experience a new wave of change, a movement that would redefine its future. As we move into the modern era, we encounter the rise of Zionism. The 19th century saw the emergence of Zionism, a transformative movement in Jewish history. At its core, Zionism was a response to centuries of persecution and diaspora, a longing for a homeland where Jews could live free from fear. It was a dream fueled by the ancient biblical narratives of a promised land, and it was a dream that took on tangible form in the late 1800s. Theodor Herzl, an Austro-Hungarian journalist, is often credited as the father of modern Zionism. Herzl believed that the solution to the so-called Jewish question rested in the establishment of a Jewish state. In 1896 he penned The Jewish State, a pamphlet that would become the manifesto of the Zionist movement. Herzl argued that Jews should return to their ancestral homeland, a notion that was initially met with skepticism, but gradually gained traction. The Zionist movement began to take shape, organizing congresses and buying land in Palestine. The Balfour Declaration in 1917 marked a significant milestone. In this letter, British Foreign Secretary Arthur Balfour expressed Britain's support for the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine, a move that was received with jubilation by Zionists worldwide. Post-World War I, the League of Nations granted Britain the mandate for Palestine. The British Mandate, as it became known, had the express purpose of facilitating the establishment of a Jewish national home in Palestine. However, the implementation was fraught with difficulties. The British found themselves caught between the Zionist aspirations for a Jewish homeland and the Arab majority's resistance to such a project. Despite the challenges, Jewish immigration to Palestine surged during the interwar years. The seeds of a future state were being sown, with the development of political, social, and economic institutions. The groundwork was being laid for what would eventually become the State of Israel. This pivotal period in history leads us to the Declaration of Israel's independence in 1948. The story of Zionism and the British Mandate is a tale of dreams, struggles, and determination, a key chapter in the larger narrative of Israel's history. As we move to the next scene, we will delve into the birth of a nation and its journey into the contemporary era. After years of struggle, Israel declared its independence in 1948. This marked a significant turning point in the region's history, a moment of triumph amidst a tumultuous past. The declaration, however, was not met without resistance. The birth of the State of Israel was followed by a war with neighboring Arab countries, a conflict that would set the stage for decades of ongoing tensions. Yet even amidst the strife, Israel began to grow, to develop. From the ashes of conflict arose a nation determined to not just survive but to thrive. With a focus on education and innovation, Israel began to transform itself into a hub of technological advancement. From agriculture to high-tech industries, the nation has consistently been at the forefront of scientific and technological breakthroughs. This commitment to progress has seen Israel garner the nickname Startup Nation. However, the road to modernity has not been without its bumps. The Israel-Palestine conflict has been a central issue in the region, a complex web of historical, political, and social factors that continues to fuel tensions. Despite numerous attempts at negotiations and peace accords, a lasting resolution remains elusive. Yet even in the face of these challenges, Israel continues its path towards development. It has become a modern nation with bustling cities, a vibrant culture, and a thriving economy. From the ancient walls of Jerusalem to the gleaming skyscrapers of Tel Aviv, Israel stands as a testament to resilience and progress. In this journey of development, Israel has not lost sight of its past. The rich history of the region continues to shape its present and will undoubtedly influence its future. It's a history that's complex, multifaceted, and embedded in the very fabric of the land itself. And there we have it, a brief overview of the rich and complex tapestry that is the history of Israel. a land of ancient roots and modern innovation, a place where history and the present intertwine, a nation that continues to shape and be shaped by the world around it.